All right. What's up, everybody? Good morning to you. Happy Friday. It is Friday, I believe. And what are we going on? We're already having issues with Instagram doesn't want to connect this morning. That's all right. We're going to move on, press forward. We got too much stuff to cover today. Happy Friday. It is June already. Can you guys believe it's June? Half the year is just past, gone already. It is it's crazy. I can't believe that we are this far into the year already. Unreal. What else is today? June 6th specifically. Today is D-Day. Today marks 81 years since D-Day, the first day of Normandy landings that laid the foundations of our Allied defeat over Nazi Germany in World War II. The invasion, codename Operation Overlord, saw of tens of thousands of troops from countries including the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada landing on 5 stretches of the coastline of Normandy and France. Codename Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juno, and Sword Beaches. So today is a very important day in our history. And if I was doing this right, if I had my stuff, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Yep. Remembering D-Day, June 6, 1944. So, again, important day in history for us. I'm healed over the way that I am today. I sound kind of out of it because I am. I'm still kind of loopy. I'm being completely transparent with you all. I had surgery yesterday. I had a stomach hernia surgery, and I'm trying to recover for that. So that being said, I appreciate you guys jumping on. We got a special show for you. I got a special guest that is going to be joining me here in just a minute. But before I bring him on, because we got another important day to talk about coming up. But before we do that, I want to talk a little bit real quick about the Maker's Machine. Those business owners out there, if you're a business owner, if you are a podcaster or a realtor or whatever business that you're in, and you've heard of like different mastermind groups and whatnot. We're not calling this a mastermind. This is like an inner circle. You need accountability partners. You need people that are going to be there that support you, come up with ideas, hold your feet to the fire. Then come join us at the Maker's Machine. It's an inner circle that meets every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's for an hour. If you'd like some more information on it, please leave a comment below. Just type in Maker's Machine, and somebody will reach out to you and let you do a trial meeting or two to see if it's something that you like. All right. Now, one of the things I have not done yet, so forgive me, I need to share this out so we can get more of you barrel-chested folks on here. And then I'm going to bring my special guest on. I'm excited to have him on. It's something that we've been talking about for several months now, actually. And in fact, without further ado, I'm going to bring on my buddy, Mr. Thomas Long, because he's going to talk about something important today. So listen up. And let me.
How are you?
I'm good, brother. How are you? Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, sir. I'm blessed to be here. You know, the good Lord had me wake up this morning. I'm still breathing, and blessed to be in your presence, brother.
Oh, no. See, folks, now he's trying to butter me up here. That's all right, though. We'll take it. I appreciate
when a brother's knocked down, going through surgery, you gotta lay on that butter to help heal those wounds.
I gotta watch laughing too. Oh my God, yeah, that's good. Hey, listen, man. I asked Tom to come on because he was on my Decision Hour podcast about 2 months ago, and June is one of the most important months in America in America right now. You guys probably noticed I'm rocking the United States Army, established in 1775.
Well,
Um, June 14th, which is next Saturday,
yes, sir.
is the Army's 250th birthday.
Let's
200,
go.
250 years of kicking ass and taking names. Ken, good morning to you, brother. Appreciate you jumping on. Tom, tell the folks why I asked you to come on and talk about the Army's 250. What's going on? What's so special about the Army's 250?
Yeah, Army 250th birthday. And not only are we celebrating that, but we're celebrating it in the birthplace of not just the Army, but the nation.
Yeah.
Here in Philadelphia,
Yep.
Before there was a nation, there was an army. Before there was a Flag Day, there was the Army's birthday.
Yeah.
Flag Day is June 14th, established in 1777, but it was the Army's birthday first. So this being the birthplace, Philly first, all of those things, it's a gigantic 3-day extravaganza event celebrated, the largest in the entire nation, to show not just that we have an army, but how we have it because of our community. Our community is our army is our community. We come together, we built the nation, we have the freedoms that we have because of our army. The Navy, the Marines, they were also born this year. I'm not going to leave them out. 250 years for them as well, coming up later in October and November.
Yep.
But the Army was first. The celebration on the 14th is going to be fantastic. We have so many different things lined up for the public. It's free. Come out, be a part of it. Independence Mall, history in itself right there with the Liberty Bell, Betsy Ross House, National Constitution Center. The National Parks Service has given us the ability to be able to have this event at Independence Mall for free for the public to come out and see our capabilities as the Army, why we were created, the history behind us, and the legacy moving forward. We're going to have a flag ceremony that day. We're going to have the enlistment ceremony with 250 soldiers being on stage, being sworn in. That's our future of the Army, being sworn in front of everybody, raising their right hand and taking their oath to serve this nation, this great nation that we have. And then on top of that, we'll have SOCOM jump team coming out, Fast Tracks jump team coming out. We have the Rock Wall, recruiting Rock Wall. We have PFTs, CFTs. We have the gaming trailer. We have a ton of sponsors that'll be there. IBX, we have Day and Zimmerman. We have all kinds of people that are there supporting us, our sponsors that will be on site to be able to interact with the community and get the festivities going. And then we have the Tradoc Field Band that night performing a concert at 17:30. That's 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for those that didn't understand 17:30. And making sure that we're having a great time with the community. We'll have food trucks there. We have the Betsy Ross House and the National Constitution Center doing small ceremonies throughout the entire day as well, having music. We do this in conjunction with the Stars and Stripes and Flag Day. So all of those organizations are there coming together, being a part of what's going on. We are the kickoff, the official kickoff for America 250 next year. Philadelphia is going to be slammed next year with everything that we have going on. We got FIFA coming in. We got America 250. We got Wawa Welcome America. These are events that are happening. This year, we also have the Wawa Welcome America and the Homecoming 250, plus the Marine Corps birthday on November 10th, because Tongue Tavern's being rebuilt here in Philadelphia. Amazing things going on. I am so blessed to be in the home of where our nation's services were created and being able to be a part of all these events, Adam.
It is such Philly is a pretty cool town to be in.
Yes, sir.
So much history, as you just said, so much history there. If you've never been to Philadelphia, next weekend's the best time to come.
Absolutely. I see in the chat, we got T-Dog and Heather came on. God bless both of you. Thank you for being here today.
Yes. So you said that now most of the events are going to be right there at Liberty Mall, right there. Yep. So if you haven't been to Philly, I mean, it's and everything is like walking distance. You mentioned Betsy
Right.
Ross House. That's like not even a half a block away. There's so much history in and around Liberty Mall area, and the food there. Talk about the food for a second. I'm a foodie, so it's like I love, you got to get those Philly steaks. You know what
There
I'm
you
saying?
go.
I mean, it's absolutely amazing.
Are you a whiz wit or a whiz wit out?
Oh, whiz wit.
Ah, there we go.
You gotta
Always
have
got
the
to ask
you
it the
gotta
Philly
have
way.
the whiz, man. You gotta have the whiz.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah. Now what so you were talking, can you talk about some of you talked a little bit about some of the people that are going to be there, the commissioning and whatnot. Are there any you said there were static displays, are there's going to be
Yes.
are some of these sponsors, are they going to have like booths or tables set up
Yes.
somewhere or something
Yeah,
like that?
we're gonna have veteran service organizations scattered all over the place, having tables, being able to talk to veterans about their benefits, talk to them
Good.
about the organizations, what they can get from the organizations, how they can help them, helping homeless veterans, all of those different things, the mental health issues, because I know this is Mental Health Month.
Yes.
I know you want to talk about that, so make sure to point that out. That we'll have those organizations there. We also have the other sponsors. You'll have Pizecki and Leonardo helicopters. They'll be out there. They have a static display. We'll have military vehicles for the kids to check out, all those different things. We have Miss USA will be there. She is First Lieutenant Alma Cooper.
Yes.
So you can get down and dirty and still be extremely beautiful and wonderful and go out there for pageants. It's not talk down. She is a West Point graduate.
Yep.
She knows how to get down with the nitty and gritty of the Army, but then she also knows how to be elegant, beautiful, stand out there as a strong, independent, powerful woman. We have, the parade. We're going to have that beautiful parade with everybody marching from one end of Independence Mall down to the other. We'll have General Pippi up on the stage receiving that parade, and then doing the opening ceremony, and the cake cutting will also happen after that. So that's going to be awesome. We're going to have 4 separate cakes for the Army's actual birthday.
I like cake. I'm gonna have to get a piece of that cake.
Yes.
When does it start? When does it kick off? What time? So those that are driving in,
Yeah.
those that are flying in the night before, when do they need to be there on the 14th? When does the kickoff start?
11 a.m. You
11.
want to be there by 11 a.m. at the latest. Be ready for the festivities to kick off, rock and roll, get started, have your placement by the stage, wherever it is that you want to be. We'll have rack cards that day that we're handing out, let everybody know where the events are happening, what's happening, what time, and where. So we'll have all that set up. Those that are local, that aren't coming in, that'll be there Friday and want to come out to Valley Forge, we have a tour. We have a service at Christ Chapel out there, and then we have a tour at Washington Chapel out there, and then we have a tour of the Medal of Honor Grove out there. Oh. So please come out, see the wreath laying at Medal of Honor Grove, be a part of that tour, and then that's our official kickoff for the entire weekend. Yeah. And then we have Saturday, and there is first come, first serve tickets still available for the reception, the VIP reception after the Medal of Honor Grove. Those are coming out on the social medias. So check out Penn and Franklin chapter AUSA to get those tickets. And again, first come, first serve. And then Saturday, that's all the big events, and there's first come, first serve tickets for after the concert for a VIP reception at the First City Troop. First City Troop is the longest still in operation cav unit in the U.S. history. So they were George Washington's, people, guard, all that stuff. They do a phenomenal job. They have tons of history. They have an amazing facility. It's literally a modern day castle. It's beautiful.
Really?
Yes, it is beautiful.
Let me ask you personal. What are you, out of everything that what's going on, what are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to the jump teams. I'm a 5-jump chump myself, so didn't get to be a part of an airborne unit. I did my 5 jumps, and that was all I ever got to do again. I did 2 in civilian world, so getting to watch these guys come out of the planes, do what they do best, and land and make such a grand spectacle of how trained they are. Yeah. That's one thing I'm looking for. I'm looking forward to the gaming trailer, because I'm an old-time gamer.
Yeah.
To go out and check that out. And then I'm really looking forward to the concert. The Trade-Off Field Band, they are amazing. And I can't wait to hear that sound. We also have the Gibson girls that'll be there, and Tiffany McKeering. She'll be doing the national anthem. I'm looking forward to the beautiful sounds of our fellow veterans and those that come out to support us.
I love it, man. This is something I've been looking forward to ever since you guys reached out. We've been posting it, sharing it on our social. You guys have seen it. I'm going to post it up here again. No better place to be next weekend than Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
No
once
better
in a
place
lifetime event. I know I won't be around for the next 250.
No, here's the thing, and that's just it, Tom. Come on out to be a part of history.
Yes.
This is something that not everybody will ever get the chance to experience. And
Right.
Come next weekend, after next weekend's gone, you'll never get to experience it.
Yeah.
Not like this. 250, this is a big deal. So
Right.
if you need something to do next weekend, I don't care where you are. Grab an airline. I got tickets. I got friends from Arizona that are flying out for this event because they wanted to be a part. They understand the importance of 250 years of being part of the greatest army in the world.
Yeah. And there's other celebrations going on around the world, but none of them are in the birthplace of the service and the nation. This is a once in a lifetime event to be here. If you wanted to take time to be in Philadelphia, this is the moment. This is the time to come out. And I see at the bottom of that, it's got AUSA.org. We have an easier URL to go to. It's called GoArmy250.com. You can go there, get all the breakdowns of every event, timing, see the sponsors, check out who our prime sponsors are and our Patriot sponsors. And you can get even locations where to park and public transportation. So please go to GoArmy250.com and check that out.
All right. I love it. Guys, again, you guys got to come out next week. This is the place to be. HMG is going to be out there representing. We got a crew that's going to be coming out, taking as many pictures as we possibly can. I know it's important. I want to be a part of the 250 years. I got those of you that have been watching know that my son recently commissioned. He's home now. He's going to be and what a great way for him to start his career in the military is being a part of Army 250. His mom gets to see that. Like I said, I got friends that I've served with that are coming out. So those of you that are watching this or that watch this throughout the weekend, because some of you catch the after shows or the after the live, come on out to Philly next weekend. We want to see you there. If you want details, more details, or you want to figure out where we're, hotels to stay at or whatnot, I got all that information. I got the ins and outs of it. Hit me up or just leave a comment below. Would love to see you guys out and be a part of history next weekend. History is in the making next weekend. So what else, Tom? What else you got for everybody? Anybody?
Not that it's an open event to anybody, but Miss USA wants to give back so much. She's coming in early Friday, and she's doing an event with the Boys and Girls Club. Going out there, being with the community, interacting with the younger generation to let them know what they can aspire to and how to be able to do it, and that you don't have to be afraid. Everybody's able to be able to give their part, do their part, and be a part of it. That's awesome. Veteran Biz Connect, we're one of the prime sponsors here, and we're doing everything that we can to help veteran-owned businesses and veteran service organizations all over the entire nation come together to be able to create that referral networking process and benefits that everybody's looking for out there. So check out Veteran Biz Connect at bizconnectcoalition.com. And then, today's Friday. It's Red Friday. Remember, everyone deployed. Please don't ever forget. And if you see a Vietnam veteran, please welcome them home, because they weren't when they came home. So continue to do it now. Flag Day, 1777, 3 years after, 2 years after the birth of the Army. So it's an important day all the way around. And then you did mention that this is Mental Health Month.
Yeah, let's dive in. That's a good transition. June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And there's a stigma, I think, out there that, if you ask for help, then shows that you're less of a man, or you're weak, or something along that line. I mean, that's kind of the impression I've gotten. Tom, do you feel the same way? Do you think that that's
I
been
did.
the case?
I
Yeah.
most certainly did. I
Yeah.
most certainly did,
And I
Adam.
and I think that's a wrong approach to take. I think, and you're starting to see it more. I've talked with some tier one guys recently about mental health, and you're starting to see more of that in an operational setting, and stuff like that, as well. They understand the importance of it, because if you're not square up here, then you can't be operational. That makes sense for those types of jobs. But even for those that are not operational, just the everyday Joe, don't be afraid to ask for help. First off, you shouldn't give two shits about whatever. Shouldn't care what other people think anyway, right? Um, so go ask for help. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, as a father, if you're a husband or you're a father, then it's your responsibility to ask for help. Because if you don't, then you're not giving 100% to the family side of things either. And your kids need you. Dads, your kids need you.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to ask for help. And if you want to, if you want, I'll put this out there. If you need somebody to just listen, send me a DM, or send HMG a note, and let me know.
Find me on LinkedIn. Hit me
Yeah.
up.
I mean,
Whatever. I'm here for you.
there are people I said, and I was trying to get the video up here and I couldn't. If you follow me on Instagram, on our on the HMG Instagram page, and on my own Instagram page, Mr. Adam at Mr. Adam Bird, I posted a video of a interview that I did about a month or two ago. No, about 2 months ago. It was back in April.
Okay.
And it was talking about like PTSD awareness and stuff like
Yep.
that. And I made the comment of, how selfish do you have to be to not ask for help?
That's
and
a
I
great question.
I said it, I caught some heat for it, which I'm okay with. But I said it in that manner because I meant it in a sense of, there are people out here whose purpose in life is to help you,
Yes.
that want to help other people. So how selfish do you need to be because you're feeling down, or you're too afraid to ask for help? That's kind of where I was. Does that make sense?
Yes. No, it makes sense, because that's exactly where I was.
Yeah.
Now that I made it through it, and I can look back, because hindsight's 2020, right?
Yeah.
So looking back at where I was, I'm a two-time suicide survivor myself, Adam.
Oh, wow.
So, going through this and talking about this, I'm, I don't know how I'll be after this whole interview, but with my PTSD and everything, as you can see, there's nobody around me, nobody behind me. I have those issues, I have those problems, but going through that, I didn't ask for help because I was only focused on me. I wasn't focused on the ability of somebody else to step in and share that negative energy and help me get through that.
Because
I didn't understand it.
you feel like, if by asking for help, you feel like you're putting your burden on somebody else.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Didn't want to, one, as a man, seem weak, that I couldn't handle it and couldn't get through it. Two, I was trained to adapt, overcome, get through. That's what we were trained to do.
But then there's a mental part there that says, okay, if I can't overcome this, then I'm failing.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what good am I to my family? Are they better off without me?
Yeah.
If I can't get through this in my own mind, what can I get through out here in the real world to protect them and provide for them?
And here's one of those things where it's like, can you, oh God, what was I going to say now? You didn't get to where you were, but even in the military, through training and everything like that, you didn't get to where you were as a soldier by yourself. You had your battle buddies with you.
Yep.
Right. So it was like, it's like, it's so weird to me that we immediately go to the thought, like, I don't want to burden somebody else with my problems. I've been there. But at the same time, it's like, after you start talking about it, and T-Dog says asking for help's easy. It changes the hard part. You're right. It is. But here's the thing. is the change the hard part? It's work, right? We all have to go through it.
I'm going to be honest directly with that.
Yeah.
It might seem easy to one person, but it might not seem easy to
Right.
another. Because
Right.
it wasn't easy for me to ask. It wasn't easy for me to allow those words to come out of my mouth and off of my tongue and ask for help or admit that I needed it for the fact that I needed to move forward to be able to get through that,
Yeah.
follow through and create that change, T-Dog. It
Yeah.
just, but the ask wouldn't, I would get there and then sometimes it would make you freeze and you couldn't get through it
Yeah.
and you didn't feel right. And it just becomes difficult. But the one thing that you said when you said husband and dads, I didn't make all the changes that I needed to until I was with my wife, Lindsay.
Yeah.
She helped me get through the alcohol part, and not because she gave me an ultimatum. I don't consider it a suicide attempt, but it was a jump for being selfish. I was blackout drunk, and we were on our way home. She was my DD that night from a wedding, and apparently I was screaming and hollering and yelling. I don't even remember in the car on the way home. And I said, I'm done with this. And I opened up the door and went to jump out. She's doing 70 miles an hour down 95. Apparently I didn't, but she was pregnant. Adam, she was pregnant. We got home, woke up the next morning. She told me what I did. And the tears and fear in her face, Adam, were all I needed.
Yeah.
I never touched alcohol again. I'll be 8 years sober this November. But
Okay.
if it wasn't for someone being there and being a part of it and opening up my life and having the grace of God and the love of a good woman, I wouldn't be here. And then that didn't even push me to the point to make the changes like T-Dog was talking about and the follow through. It was my son. Having a child and me becoming a dad changed everything for me. I know that's not everything for everybody, but that's what it was for me.
Yeah.
I was bedridden for many years.
So would you say that your son and your wife were part of the purpose?
Yeah, they were the light that came into my life by God that gave me purpose and drive to get where I needed to, because that's what we wind up, like you were talking about with our battle buddies.
Yeah.
We lose that camaraderie, we lose that network, we lose that community and that feeling that when I can turn around and I'm at the top of the mountain, I turn around, I look down of that wooden board that we all climbed over. We didn't do it on our own. We reached up and grabbed the hand of the soldier in front of us. And when we got to the top, we reached back down and gave our battle buddy our hand to get them up. That's what we need to do now out here in the community. And remember, we don't do it alone.
Yeah.
We do it through our community. We're the largest camaraderie-filled community in the entire nation. We just got to be here to help pick each other up. That's all.
Yeah, I agree. David, good morning, brother. Appreciate you jumping on.
Thank you, Heather, for your kind comment. I'm glad I'm here too.
Yeah, that's my sister. She's good. Yeah. It's one of those topics where it's like it's uncomfortable to have, but it has to be had.
Yeah,
we should be talking about it more. We should be there for each other. There shouldn't be a stigma on men's mental health.
no,
and the hard, and it's hard. We sometimes, I will say it, my pride got in the way for the longest time.
Yes.
It's like, I don't need help. I can do this on my own. I can, yada yada yada. Like I did this myself. I can get out of it myself. And it's almost liberating when you ask for help for like the first time and somebody's there and doesn't judge you and doesn't, just like, all right, what do you need? And here's the thing. You might get help from somebody that doesn't understand what you've been through,
right?
but they still want to help in some form or fashion. And it's going to get frustrating. There's times where I've tried to explain stuff to family and stuff like that. And it's like, hey, we understand what you're going through. No, you don't. You've never walked. You have not walked a mile in my shoes. And then it just pisses you off to a point where you're just like, this is why I don't talk to anybody, because everybody but you got to find. So I'm saying this in a sense of nothing against family members or anything like
No.
that. They care and they love, and mine certainly have. But you got to find your brothers and sisters that have walked the path, because they're the ones that are going to understand more. They're the ones
Absolutely.
they're going to listen. Those are the ones that you can banter a little bit better, with, and they'll help you get through it, because there's going to be times where people call me, and I'm a tough love kind of guy.
Okay.
Listen, Tom, where do you want to be? Okay, well, you've been through far worse. What do we need to do to get your, lace the boots up and let's go? Like,
Yeah.
it's good
And
that you've had your time, and nothing wrong with that. But now it's time we got to start moving forward. We got shit to do.
yeah, there's great things out there that, like you were talking about, different tools for different people.
Yes.
You got the WNBA and the NBA, which is the Women's Military Basketball Association and the Military Basketball Association, that are out there trying to help prevent suicides.
Hmm.
Okay, they're two great avenues right there for individuals. You got the gaming things that they're doing through the VA and all the other institutions to help bring us together. If you're a gamer, you have other organizations out there that are doing 5Ks, they're doing ruck walk marches, they're doing all kinds of stuff. There's a ton of stuff out there for us.
Yeah.
You just need to look to where you can go. Project Refit is another one that jumps to mind.
There is something out there for you. There's so many. There's tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of veteran nonprofit organizations. For me, I did equine therapy for a little while, because working with horses was really cool. I liked that.
Yes.
I'm an outdoor guy. I grew up in Wisconsin, so I hunt, I fish. I got, so for me, that was therapy. It was like just sitting out in the woods or being out there is whatever, And then I know guys that do plant-based medicines and stuff like that. That's getting to be a big thing, especially in the different operational communities and stuff like that. And as they're getting out, they're doing. I've talked to a ton of guys that have said, "Man, this stuff works." Why can't we get it here in the U.S.? We're not going to get into that. That's a whole nother topic for conversation today. But the point is that you guys got to find what works for you. And I always say, start with something that you like to do, something that you like. Again, me, if I could get paid to fish, I'd be fishing every day. You know what I mean? I love just being outdoors. That's me.
Yeah.
Some people might say equine therapy, working with horses. Go ride a horse, work with horses. It doesn't always have to be. People think that you got to talk. And here's another thing that works: one-on-one conversations with somebody.
Yes,
that does help. Group settings, I didn't like the group settings.
No.
But that works for some people.
Yes,
that works for some people. So the trick is to find out what works for you, and you have to be open-minded about it, fellas and ladies. I say fellas, but ladies, you're just as you're in this conversation as well.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I went through so many different avenues to get to where I am today.
Yeah.
Groups didn't work for me.
Yeah.
I tried the psychiatrist through the VA. They rotated me through there like I was walking through a Walmart door. Just spinning around with different, therapists every time I turned the corner. And that just made things worse for me. But getting out there, talking one-on-one with fellows, brothers and sisters, learning that you're not alone and having that conversation and being able to connect and communicate with someone that's like-minded, gone through what you've gone through, and can understand and sympathize in the correct manner rather than giving you pity.
Yep.
Changes the game for me.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. Well, listen, we're going to dive into a couple of shows. I'd love for you to stay on with me here as I cover a couple of these shows, and then we'll wrap up here. And folks, those of you, again, that if you missed the beginning, I'm talking funny today. I'm in a lot of pain, but everything's going to be fine. I had a hernia surgery yesterday. It went well. So what I'm told, it must have gone well, because I'm in a whole lot of pain today. So I got to watch the laughing, but we're going to get through some of these shows. Before we do, and before we get started on the shows and what you missed on the podcast this week, don't forget, folks, go check out our website, heroesmediagroup.com, Heroes Media Group, all spelled out, one word, .com. Go check out all the shows. If you click on podcasts, it'll give you a list of our director of the podcasts that are currently live on HMG. I'm going to talk about some of those shows right now. So first up in the queue, we got the Double S podcast. This week, Michelle Kay is the founder of Operation Equine. Well, there we go. All right.
Yeah.
A trusted resource and amazing nonprofit here in the United States. Her knowledge, education, experience, and wisdom on mental health is priceless. We tap into some of that in this episode. So go check out Double S Podcast. It's a newer podcast from our friends over at True Patriot Outfitters and our buddy Brian Roman, who co-hosts that. So Double S Podcast, check it out. Next up, finally went live. I say finally. Veteran Dad Podcast is live. Their first episode dropped yesterday. And their first episode is titled Perfectly Imperfect. A good friend once told him, Adam Cummings is the host of the show, once told me done is better than perfect. Yet being a Marine, Adam used to be a Marine, being a Marine used to mean that done was perfect. Last 11 years has showed him everything but divine timing, thus perfect, even if incomplete. Same thing goes with being a father and everything else that you do in life. So what does it even mean to be perfect or to reach perfection? Especially if it's widely agreed that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's a great question. He dives into that even more on the Veteran Dad Podcast. So check that out. It's a new one that just launched yesterday. We're excited about that. Next up, we got the Unapologetic Veterans Podcast this week. They got Coop and Mike on the show. You go check that out. Another one of our newer shows. Love having these guys on. Where is he? T-Dog. I'm talking about you here. Two disgruntled PMs. In this conversation, Trevor and Daniel engage with Susan Cates, a Canadian college professor specializing in project management. They discuss Susan's diverse career path from entrepreneurship to education, importance of learning in project management, her expertise in project management, and then the challenges students face when applying their knowledge to real-world scenarios. I tell you what, the project management, I'm learning more and more. That's a special type of person. And this is a great show. If you're a project manager out there, I would highly recommend taking a listen to this podcast, Two Disgruntled PMs. Warrior Vetpreneur Podcast has got new stuff out. Go check that out. Keep it simple, or keep it spiritually simple, with Sandra McEllis. Faith, Valor, Growth. They got a new episode coming out next week. We'll talk about that next week. Next up, the Strategic Veteran. The Strategic Veteran with our man Adam Peters this week. Good dude. Veteran transition, Air Force leadership, mental health, entrepreneurship, and growth take center stage in this episode as they feature retired Chief Master Sergeant Mary Planko. I hope I said her name right. After 23 years of the United States Air Force, Mary discusses the challenges of identifying purpose and rebuilding life post-service. Hear how she struggles with depression, or how her struggled with depression led to a mission of helping others through Live and Lead Well LLC. That's the name of her company, Live and Lead Well LLC. This is a great episode. Strategic Veteran podcast. You go check it out. This was a really cool one, and she brings a lot of interesting points. And it just so happened, it's funny how all these are coming in. Just happens to be mental health awareness for men. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And God has a way of bringing all that stuff together, making it happen, and pushing it right there where you need it. You just got to be open-minded, like you talked about earlier.
Yeah.
See it and execute by taking, charge of going out there, listening to it, and executing the change that you need.
I love it. Patriots Inside the Wire with the Two-Step Crew, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday nights now. These guys are Tracy Two Steps and Uncle Rhino. These guys are hitting every interview that you possibly can with veteran musicians all over the country. It's a great show. Patriots Inside the Wire. Go check them out. Arms Room Show every Monday, 2 p.m. Arizona time. They got a new show that drops this past week. What they're discussing is selecting optics for your go-to rifle. Those of you that are shooters might not realize just how important these optics are for you. Go check it out. This is a great episode. Selecting optics for your go-to rifle. Whew. Next up, we got the Misfit Nation podcast. They do a couple of shows each week, and shout out to Rich LaMonica and the crew because they were down in Nashville last weekend covering NASCAR, and they did a fantastic job down there covering NASCAR last week. So, Rich, tip of the hat to you, brother. Appreciate you. This week, they got Luis A. Martinez Jr., a United States Marine Corps veteran and the founder of Whiskey Valor Foundation. He brings a powerful mix of service, scholarships, and purpose to everything that he does. Check it out. This is a great episode, Misfit Nation podcast. Got a couple more here. Stay with me, guys. Other side of the firewall. I say this every week. These guys, I am not tech. I don't know about you, Tom, but I'm not a tech guy at all. I can turn the computer on. I can send an email. That's about the gist of it. These guys here in this episode, Ryan and Shannon, they discuss the alarming rise in government data being sold online. That's scary in and of itself right there, right? The implications of poor cyber hygiene, the complexity surrounding insider threats. They emphasize the need for better security practices and awareness to protect sensitive information in the face of increasing cyber threats. No truer statement has been said. Why is our government stuff being sold? That's a red flag, in my opinion. Find out more by listening to this episode, The Other Side of the Firewall.
It might sound silly, but Matthew McConaughey says it in one of those wacky commercials. Our information is the new gold rush.
Ooh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so true. So true. Let me see here. Next up, we got Pushing Back Chaos. This is one of the HMG's hot ones. In this final part of their 3-episode series on mental health awareness, Mike and Mellon dive into everyday practices that help stabilize, strengthen, and sustain your mental health. Life doesn't slow down, neither does the chaos. But we can meet it with clarity and resilience when we take care of the basics: sleep, diet, movement, and mindset. And they break down a bunch of practical, no-fluff strategies to help you. Mind you, this show here, you got 2 operators from different countries coming together. These guys know what they're talking about because they've seen this stuff firsthand through and through. Great episode, guys. Pushing Back Chaos. Go check it out. And then last but not least, the ones I'm going to cover for this week, Chasing Happiness. This week, you're going to uncover 5 practical ways to rewire your mindset so that you can show up even on the hardest days. From faith-based routines to powerful morning habits, host Ryan shares his exact tools that keep him grounded, focused, and moving forward through anxiety, business setbacks, and personal doubt. This episode is for anyone who's wrestling with fear, burnout, overthinking, struggling to take action because of what might go wrong, tired of staying over or starting over and over and over again, and so on. Ryan puts on a great show, so go check that out. Chasing Happiness. And then Rise Up, Voices from the Front Line. She's been on fire with her shows. Christophe, shout out to you, young lady. Keep up the good work. Again, folks, you can check out all the shows. About all I have for today. There's other shows that have done stuff. Those of you will forgive me. I'm pushing through what I can. Before we let you guys go, I got to give a shout out to our sponsors that we listed. Fin Tactical, Jim Neary's Live Bait and Tackle, Forget Genetics, veteran-owned company there. My Tax Fella, I love these guys that do our bookkeeping and our taxes every year. From the Farm, buy your meat from your local farmers and ranchers. Go check them out, fromthefarms.com. Our sister company, HMG Beverage. If you need some coffee, I got some to sell to you. Let me know. The Freedom People, VA Claim Builder, JB Auto Clothiers, and Warriors on the Water LTD. Thank you guys for believing in us again for 2025. We very much appreciate it. Folks, next weekend, this is the place to be. Right here. Boom.
Roger that.
250 years.
Yes.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where it all began, where it all started.
Cool.
250 years later, we're coming back.
And the great part about it, and make sure that you're there Sunday too. This is the history part. Bringing the history into your life. We'll have George Washington on his white horse riding up to the Independence Hall, knocking on the door. Second Continental Congress is going to come out and commission him right there live. He'll do a passing review of soldiers in proper era garb from 1775 to 2025. Then we'll do a wreath laying at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier right there in Washington Square. And in America 250 with the Freemasons, we'll be talking about the Liberty Tree from the 400-year-old maple sapling where our leaders sat under 400 years ago and talked about this nation and talked about how we were going to come together and all those different things. Bringing the nation together, because America 250 is doing that all around every single county. But we'll have one right here at Independence Mall at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. So come out and check out that ceremony as well.
I love it. Tom, I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for persevering through your pain from being in surgery yesterday to be here for all of us, to bring us together, to understand what's going on, to be there for our fellow brothers and sisters while you're enduring pain is a blessing in itself. God bless you. God bless your viewers. Thank you, HMG, for allowing me to be on here and listen to me today.
All right, brother. I appreciate you, man. Folks, that's all the time that we got. Have a great weekend. Remember, get off the phones, get off behind the computers, watch what you're consuming this weekend. Remember, think for yourself. Until next weekend, guys. God bless you. God bless America. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week.